What's up, guys? It's ThatChildGamer. Welcome back to another Doki Doki Outcast video. We return where we went down a very, very dark path last episode, and I only have Matt to thank for that. So, basically, last video, we stopped Yuri from doing the no-no by going to her house when she least expected it, and she was about to end it all, and we stopped her, which I'm very thankful that we actually chose that option, because there was an option to not worry about it, and I'm curious as to what that option will bring to us ending-wise if we chose the other one, but I don't want to worry about that right now, because that's too dark to think about right now. We're starting clean today. Hopefully no bad things happen this episode, and if it does, I don't know what's gonna happen anymore. I did promise Matt, though, to get all 3 endings, so we're going to start with getting this first one. It's been way too long since we played this game. In fact, as I'm recording this, it's going to be November 3rd. You guys will be seeing this tomorrow, which is today for you guys, but for me it's the 3rd, for you guys it's the 4th. We last played this apparently on the 13th of October, almost a month ago. So we are going to get into Act 3, Chapter 5, The Truth. I do apologize if, once again, my webcam's really uncentered. I tried fixing it. It doesn't like me at all. I got my Coke, and we're ready to go. Already the music's like, oh, I should probably turn... Probably should have turned the music back on. I apologize for that. Alright, so, yeah, the music's pretty sad, as you guys can hear. A few days have passed. I've been taking Yuri to therapy to discuss her cutting. Oh yeah, that's right, we also found out about her cutting as well. Well, that's kind of given, considering she tried to kill herself. She's already shy enough as it is. I had to convince her to talk to therapists. Or take her to therapists. It's been very difficult for her. She recently told her father about it as well. We all had a discussion over the phone. He even cried during our conversation. He blamed himself for it, even though Yuri admitted that it wasn't his fault. Yuri told him that she's doing fine, and she was sorry for not telling him. Even though he was worried beyond belief, I informed him that I'd be watching over Yuri while he was gone. He thanked me and said that he would be home from his trip as soon as possible. I'm glad that Yuri built up the courage to tell him. Yuri said that she was going to tell the girls as well. I can only imagine how they will take it. Oh, they must not take it much more, easily than her father would. We sit the girls down and we discuss her cutting. As we talk, each of the girls start tearing up. Natsuki has a look of guilt. She glances in my direction as if to say she was sorry. I cannot blame her though. She never told them. Well, we never told them. It was easy to assume that I was just being paranoid. But now that the word is out, they're all in utter shock. I felt the exact same way when she first told me, and hearing Yuri explain it again is still just as heartbreaking. She finally finishes telling them. Yuri, we had no idea. I'm sorry, Yuri. I've been a terrible friend. I'm sorry, Yuri. I feel terrible just finding this out now. I'm sorry I never said anything. I left you guys in the dark for so long. I had to tell you eventually. Is there anything we can do to help, Yuri? You're very special to us. We may be just a club, but we're also your friends. We truly care about you. Yuri starts tearing up. Is it tearing up? Yes? Yes. I read that correctly. Everyone gives Yuri a big hug. I love you all. We love you too, Yuri. We're always here if you need help. They release Yuri. We all sit in silence until Monica says something. Yuri, do you want to skip the performance? I don't want to force it on you. Yuri thinks for a moment. I initially thought Yuri was going to step down, but no, I'll do it. One by one, the girl's eyes lit up. Even I was a bit shocked at first. Are you sure, Yuri? You don't have to if you don't want to. I know I don't have to. I want to. I think I'm ready. Okay, everyone, let's make this event something special. Yeah! The girls collectively cheer. This event's going to be great. Well, that's a very wholesome moment in the mod. I like that. That's a good start to a video. And also the quickest chapter ever. Chapter 6, Yuri's Redemption. I like the sound of that chapter too. A few weeks later. Hey, happy music again. It's the day of the talent show. I'm sorry. It was such sad music for the first 5 minutes, and all of a sudden now it's like, yay, we're happy, jumpy music again. I get a text from Monica that the talent show will begin at 11 a.m. Shortly after, I text Yuri to see how she's doing. She responds immediately. I'm doing fine. I'm ready for this. I smile to myself. She can do this. I know it. I finish getting ready and make my way to school. I'm not peeking, am I? No, I'm not. At least I don't think so. If I am, then I apologize. I'll try to fix it as fast as possible in post. We all meet up at the club to rehearse. The girls seem to be very excited. Even Yuri doesn't appear to be worried. Okay, you guys ready? Yep, I'm ready. I'm well prepared this time, I'd say. Wonderful, thank you for doing this, everyone. I know we can do it this time. All of a sudden, there's a message from the school's PA system. Attention students, those who are participating in the school talent show, please report to the theater. The rest that would like to watch the show will follow shortly afterwards. Thank you. Well, I guess I'd better get a move on. Or we'd better get a move on. Let's do this. I'm gassy. The soda's getting to me already. We arrive in the theater, and the teachers give us a rundown of who will be performing in order. Our group goes last. Of course we do, because there wouldn't be a good plot line if we didn't go last. To, bring down everybody's, everybody goes first ahead of us, and the audience, their expectations, they're raised. And then we go on, and then it's poetry and stuff. Not that I don't like poetry, but the majority of school students statistically usually doesn't like literature or reading or listening to poetry and stuff. So you might not get a big round of applause on this one. Okay, everyone, let's go out there and give them the best performance possible. And again, that's not my opinion. That's straight up facts. The talent show has been going on for almost 45 minutes. It's about almost time for us to go on. Okay, students, up next is the school's very own literature club. Let's give them a round of applause. You receive a round of applause and walk onto the stage. We all bow to the audience. Monica walks forward. Hello, everyone. My name is Monica, and I'm the president of the literature club. We're going to have a poetry performance from each of our members. I'll be the first one, too. All of a sudden, Yuri interrupts Monica and speaks into her ear. Are you sure that's what you want, Yuri? Yuri nods. Okay, everyone. Yuri would like to start off with her performance. Take it away, Yuri. Everyone sits in silence. Everyone has their attention to Yuri. She steps forward. She takes a deep breath. Then she freezes entirely. I'm trying to figure out why she's afraid also. It's probably the kids. The kids are probably like in the front row, huh? She's staring into the audience. I stare as well. Oh no, it's Clyde. He's staring at Yuri with a grin on his face. Yuri looks at me in fear. I give her a reassuring nod. Yuri takes a deep breath and relaxes once again. Yuri begins reciting her poem. Yay, it's the poem song! I love it! She has a few bumps in the beginning, but eventually finds her rhythm and carries on like normal. She's doing amazing. Amazing? Amazing! She's reading it like she did when we had our first rehearsal. It's almost as if she's in a completely different world, not paying attention to her surroundings. Her voice is beautiful and grounded. She knows when to apply the right emotions and volume in her voice. Everyone is noticeably engaged, including the girls. I'm in complete awe at how well she's doing. Yuri finishes and there's nothing but silence. She snaps back into reality. Good job, Yuri! I'm proud and I'm peeking and I'm sorry. But you know what? Good job! It seems as if everybody else snapped back into reality as well. Yuri receives a huge round of applause from the teachers, students, and us. The students even give her a standing ovation. Yuri's visibly blushing. The applause eventually dies down and Monica steps forward. Thank you for the astounding performance, Yuri. Now ours is gonna sound like crap. Everyone once again gives Yuri a round of applause. She bows to the audience. She then steps back to let Monica speak. Alright, next up we have Yuri, our club's vice president. We all give our performances and the crowd cheers with excitement. We exit the stage. Thank you to all our students who performed today. This was an amazing show. The students start exiting the theater. The girls start packing their things and make their way out as well. I'm sorry. I was outside the house all day. I'm wicked exhausted. I apologize if I'm reading wicked stupidly. Thank you once again for performing, everyone. You all did wonderful. Especially you, Yuri. Really, Natsuki? Yeah, you were incredible. Great job, Yuri. Thank you. You deserve it, Yuri. That's it for today. See you all tomorrow. The girls leave Yuri and I to ourselves. Did I actually do that well? I'm not trying to peek, and I apologize. I'm going to move this over just a bit more so I can see my levels a bit clearer. out of the corner of my eyes. I feel like I dozed off or something. You did an amazing job, Yuri. I'm not just saying that either. I give Yuri a hug. She returns my hug and gives me a small kiss. So, what do you like to do to celebrate? I had an idea in mind. Does that involve a date by chance? Not just any date. A date with you, Devin. My cheeks turn bright red. Well then, shall we go? Yuri nods. She then grabs my hand as we walk out of the theater together. Cool beans. We make our way to the school entrance, but Yuri stops in her tracks. Oh, Devin, I left my backpack at the club. Let's go and get it. Thank you, Devin. We turn around and make our way back to the club room. Within a few minutes, we arrive at the club and enter. Is this like setting up for another Clyde moment? I swear to God. She forgets her bag. All of a sudden, she forgets her bag, and we have to turn around and go back. And I can almost guess, like, certainly that Clyde is going to be there when we walk back out of the room. Immediately upon entering the club room, I feel uncomfortable. It's him again. I freaking knew it! I called it! I knew exactly what was going on! He's sitting at a desk fiddling with a pencil. He looks in our direction. Hey, what do you want now, Clyde? Why can't you just leave us alone? I'm sorry. Ooh. Is Clyde forgiving, or is Clyde being a good person now? Excuse me? I'm sorry. For everything. I look over at Yuri. Just like me, she appears to be very confused. After everything he's done to her, why all of a sudden does he have a change of heart? What makes you think we should just forgive you? How do we even know if you're being sincere at all? I completely understand why you wouldn't want to. I wouldn't even forgive myself. I feel bad for even coming here. I know you hate my guts and never want to see me again, but I feel that I should explain myself if I may. Clyde patiently waits for an answer, continuing to twiddle with his pencil. Yuri nods at me. I begrudgingly motion for him to continue. A few years ago, I had a girlfriend. She was my best friend and I loved her. I loved her so much. Clyde begins to tear up as he explains himself. Unfortunately, she died in a car accident during a trip. That was the last time I ever saw her. I haven't felt the same since her death. I always blame myself for her passing. I spent many nights just wishing I could have her back, at least long enough to tell her how much she meant to me. Look, I'm really sorry about what happened to your girlfriend, but what exactly does this have to do with you mistreating Yuri? I guess I was just jealous. Huh? I guess it just pained me to see you guys so happy. It was the one thing that I was missing from my life. I always tried to hide the fact that I was sad. In the end, I became someone I'm not proud of. I've lost many people that were close to me because of my actions. Clyde remained silent for a brief moment, collecting his thoughts. But seeing your performance, Yuri, it made me realize what a horrible person I was being to you and many others. You're a very talented person, and I tried to make everyone see you as the opposite. I wish I could take everything back that I did. Look, I know what I did was wrong, and I don't expect you to forgive me. I just want you to understand. After hearing Clyde explain himself, I couldn't help but feel a little sorry for him. Yes, what he did to Yuri was inexcusable, but his apology felt genuine. I look over at Yuri. She looks at Clyde and smiles. I forgive you. Clyde looks up at Yuri. You do? I know what it's like to lose someone that's close to you. It's not an easy thing to get over. It's all in the past, though. You can't let her death affect you. It wasn't your fault, Clyde. What was her name, if you don't mind me asking? Molly. What a beautiful name. Molly wouldn't want you to blame yourself. I'm sure she'd want you to move on and grow from it. Don't you agree? Clyde nods in agreement. I know what you did was wrong, but I forgive you. However, can you forgive yourself? He thinks for a moment. Then he looks at me. It's okay. I forgive you too. He faintly smiles. Thank you guys. I don't deserve it, but thank you. From here on, I'm going to be a different person. It's what Molly would want from me. Clyde gets up from his seat. I guess I'll see you guys around then. Yeah, I guess you will. He offers me his hand. I shake it in return. He then turns to Yuri. Thank you, Yuri. It means a lot. She nods him and exits the club room. Yuri grabs her bag and we leave the school together. This day just keeps getting better and better. Yay! More wholesome stuff. See, this is the perfect video. We can't have any... Hey! This is almost... Oh, wait. No. This title doesn't look so good. All good things come to... No! You can't do that! We just had 2 amazing wholesome chapters and you can't freaking change that on me. What are you doing, game? All good things come to an end. Unfortunately, that is a true fact. But why do this after all those other chapters that were good? Okay, let's see. Let's find out what the bad news is. 4 months later. Ooh, that's a long time later. We're practically adults now. Ooh. I love this music. I'm not even joking. Where did you get this music, Matt? I want it, like, this is like the most beautiful thing ever. Like, all the music and stuff, like all the soft piano songs and stuff are the freaking best thing I've ever heard. 4 months have passed and the summer has finally arrived. We're currently attending one of Yuri's therapy sessions. A lot has happened since the talent show. Yuri's father has come home from his trip and has been regularly attending Yuri's therapy sessions along with me. She stopped cutting altogether, not even getting the urge to do so anymore. At this rate, her therapist said she'll no longer have to attend since she's been doing so well. During the first few sessions, she had a difficult time speaking. Now she's speaking with ease and hardly second-guesses herself anymore. I guess you could say Yuri's become more confident in herself. I honestly couldn't be happier for her. We wrap up Yuri's therapy session and have lunch with her father. It's nice just to settle down every now and then. Okay, so far so good. The next day. My alarm goes off and I wake up. It's a beautiful summer day. A bright blue sky is present, accompanied by, well, with very few clouds. Yuri and I were going to spend some time together. We're also planning to meet with the girls from the club sometime during the summer. We all were thinking about taking a trip to the beach. Speaking of the club, we actually managed to get some new members after the talent show. Not just that, but the students at school have been much more friendly to Yuri, complimenting her and all. Even Clyde has changed. Every time I see him now, he's always being very kind to others. He managed to have a happy ending after all. I also found the time to finally let Yuri read my paper about my person of inspiration. She teared up when reading it, and she told me she loved it. Things have been looking up, and I only hope that it'll stay this way. I look over at my clock. Oh man, I don't want to be late. I get dressed and make my way out the door. I arrive at Yuri's house. I knock on the door. Yuri answers. Hey Devin, please come in. Thank you, Yuri. How are you feeling? Wonderful, thank you. And you? I've never been better. Yuri smiles at me gleefully. Would you like to continue where we left off? I'm ready when you are. Shall we get some tea to go along with it? Great idea. I'll get the book. I'll go make the tea. I'll meet you in the living room when I finish. I nod and make my way to the living room. Yuri goes and prepares some tea. I grab the book we've been reading off of the shelf and get a blanket for us. Shortly afterwards, Yuri comes back with the tea tray in her hands. She sets it on the table and pours some tea into my cup. She then hands it to me shortly afterwards. Here you go, Devin. Smells wonderful. Yuri sits down next to me. I pull the blanket over us. We grab the book and assume our signature reading position. As we read, I glance at Yuri. She looks at me in return. As I stare into her beautiful eyes, I smile. She does the same. I'm happy to have her in my life. I'm happy with her now, how she's grown as a person. But most importantly, I'm happy that she's here with me. That's all I could ever ask for. I honestly don't know what the future has in store for both of us, but I do know one thing. We'll be together to face it head on. So that wasn't a bad. So that was the title was a little bit, you know, it made me think of the complete opposite. I thought something bad was gonna happen, but that was actually really. Yo, that was the. And that's only one ending too, as far out of the 3 that he talked about. But that was definitely by far a really, really good ending. I don't know what the others are going to be like yet, but I can tell you one thing, that this was definitely a journey. Because holy crap, there were so many emotional moments that even I was like I was like basically trying to like keep myself together. Oh. And again, with the piano, it's phenomenal. I don't know where you got this music, Matt, but it's freaking amazing. And whoever did write the song... Oh, here we go. I don't know how to pronounce that name, I'm sorry. But it sounds freaking amazing. And holy crap. It's actually really, just really good. There's really no way I can explain it. It was just straight up... It was everything. It was great. It was phenomenal. And it's not even the end of it yet. There's still more to come. I don't know about I don't know if I should start the next ending. I shouldn't start the ending this episode and the next few endings. I might try and get the next 2 endings in the other video, because I feel like I gotta kind of research into that a little bit more with Matt and find out how I'm gonna get the other endings without messing up. So, ooh, dear player, we got a letter from Matt. Thank you for taking the time to play Doki Doki Outcast. It's been an absolute pleasure developing it, and I cannot thank you enough for your support on this project. I hope you enjoyed playing, and I would love to hear what you thought. I'm not sure what my next project will be, but I hope that it'll be just as good, if not better, than Doki Doki Outcast. Thanks again, everyone. Sincerely, Matt. Oh, Matt, you friendly person, you. Cool. Alright, so that was the first ending. And like I said, I don't think I'm going to do the next endings in this episode, because I feel like if I tried to get them, I'd fail horribly. Like I said, I'm going to try and talk to him and find out how I can get the last 2 endings. And if you're watching this, Matt, please shoot me like a Discord message or something. I want to know what I can do to make sure that I'm not going to mess up, like the decision-wise and stuff like that. I don't want to get the same endings over and over again, because that'll completely be the most boringest video ever, just to get the same thing over and over again, if that makes sense. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it here, because I just need some time to myself for a moment, because the ending of this was just beautiful. It was phenomenal. So, without further ado, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. I'd love to this channel. Guys, we got a Discord. Come check me out outside of YouTube. We have a fun time for all. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. I'll see you guys in my next one. Goodbye!